Good afternoon, explorers.
Good afternoon.
We are in Micanopy, Florida today.
So the slogan of this place is "The town that time forgot," and it is so true. As you can see, Florida, old charm everywhere you look.
If you recognize the name of the town, you may also recognize it as the town of Grady, as this was actually the filming location of Doc Hollywood.
This town is actually the oldest inland town in the state of Florida.
I think what we're going to do is we're going to walk around, show you what there is to do around the town, and maybe even some filming locations that they used in Doc Hollywood.
We got our brochure. So, all right, let's see what kind of small town trouble we can get into.
All right, let's go do it.
Our first stop is the Micanopy Historical Society Museum. It's open 1 to 4, Wednesday through Sunday. They do have archives that you can go through, but you have to make an appointment for that. We're not sure if there's a charge, so we're going to go in and we're going to go check it out.
This museum was actually built in 1890 by J.E. Thresher as a general merchant store. In 1911, it actually burnt down, and then it was rebuilt in 1923.
The reason why you want to make this your first stop, because there's so much information that you can learn about. I have Doc Hollywood stuff here.
Okay,
including the sign. The yearling is not too far from here either.
It's actually recommended that you pay $2. You don't have to, but this is how they help for volunteers and that. And they do accept credit cards.
welcome to the Micanopy Historical Society Pole Barn exhibit, filled with quite an array of artifacts that tell the story of hard-working farmers.
Well, that was a brief look at the History Museum. If you've got time to read, it's definitely worth checking out.
There was a lot of history in this area.
Yes. And speaking of history, we're actually going to head over to Micanopy's Historic District now.
Yes.
Where we're going to check out Cholokka, I hope I'm saying that right, Boulevard.
Yeah, and all of the Doc Hollywood filming locations are over there too, so.
Yeah, we'll be sure to pop them on the screen. We made it to the Historic District, which was just down the road a little bit from where we were at the museum.
This whole town is walkable.
Yeah. What's really cool is you can see where they got creative with the editing in Doc Hollywood, because all these buildings are right next to each other.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all right next to each other.
And they look like they were spread out further in the movie. So what can we do here?
So this place is famous for antiques. I see at least 5 antique shops right now. We'll look around and we'll go check some of them out, and we'll look at some of the locations too.
Sounds good. I'm standing in front of Wrenwood Antiques, and this was actually the butcher shop in the movie. And what you can see is the original windows are still up, and it was the same scene where you could see the butcher through the window doing his slicing and dicing.
Now we're gonna walk down this area, and we're gonna go check out the garage where they had the movie theater scene. Behind me is where the old movie theater was. If you remember, they were watching the old silent movie and the old lady was playing the piano. The only thing that looks different though is now it has doors. In the movie it didn't have doors. This building here is actually the first brick building to be built in town in 1885. And all these buildings are on the National Register of Historic Places.
one thing that we wanted to mention was that not all the scenes are here. Some of them were 7 miles down the road in another town called McIntosh.
Yeah, and in private locations.
Yeah, so like the night scenes where they're on the swing or at the mayor's dining room, I think was the other one. Yeah.
Those and the sparkler scene.
The sparkler scene at night.
That was all McIntosh. And then the lake scene where she gets frisky. Yeah, so that one was filmed at the Boy Scout camp.
Yep. All right, I think we're gonna go grab something to eat and we'll probably catch you on the other side.
We're here at the old Florida Café. They have a very simple menu, but it all looks really delicious. And you can get dessert too.
We got our food at the old Florida Café. You know me, I have to go and try a Cuban everywhere that I stop. And this is actually
looks good.
Yeah, it's a Cuban themed restaurant, so I figured when in Rome, let's dig in and find out.
A little cheesy, but that's good, right? Yeah.
Popcorn tender.
I went with a BLT. It's simple, right?
Yeah.
And it comes with a pickle. They have this map here, and it's the sightseeing map of Micanopy. I think you can get it down at the historical museum. It gives you all the different things to see around this area, and it tells you what they are. That's pretty cool, and I think it was only $2, so it's relatively cheap.
We had to get dessert. They had peanut butter chocolate pie. It looked delicious. Well, we're just gonna split it. All right, let's see. Yeah, that was delicious.
That was delicious.
Yes.
I would recommend stopping there. So we wanted to also point out that these were just a couple inns in there. There's actually quite a few restaurants around town, but they're just not on the street. Standing in front of the Outpost, which is another antique shop, this actually is the garage from the movie. And I don't know if you remember, but he had an intercom that he had to do to talk to the mechanic behind the glass.
Yeah.
So let's go up there and go mess around with it.
Yeah, we want to touch it.
Yeah.
It's right behind that door.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. All right, Michael J. Fox, touch that intercom.
I doubt it actually works. Yeah, it's not even, there's no resistance to the button too, but...
And now you touch it.
Hey, can I get my car? When's my car gonna be done?
Now I have to do it. Here.
Yep.
Now it's my turn. Eight.
It's almost like touching Michael J. Fox himself.
So we have a picture of Michael J. Fox here in this location.
That's awesome.
But I think this was here, wasn't it?
Alright, so the last thing we're going to check out, that's in the movie, at least in this area, is the hospital.
So the actual sign that says Grady is in there, and supposedly from what we saw is that if you buy the building, then you get the sign.
Yeah. And surprise, surprise, it's currently being used as another antique shop. One final note that's been amazing to me is that they actually don't have much traffic come through.
No.
I mean, you can almost just stand in the middle of the road here
Take a picture.
and take pictures. It's incredible. And we're here on a Saturday. Here comes the one car that we've seen in probably 10 minutes.
There it goes.
Yep. I think we're gonna go check out the cemetery.
Yeah, it's a really old cemetery.
Yeah, and it's about 3/4 of the mile away from the historic district. So I think we'll catch up with you over there.
And we're just gonna walk because it's only 0.7 miles, so.
Well, we made it to the historic cemetery.
I was looking up some of the history on this cemetery. The plaque out there says 1826.
Correct.
Yes. So this place was actually found by Dr. Montgomery Sr. He died in 1914. The first recorded burial person in here was James William Martin, who was born in 1737. Can you believe that? So long ago.
Yeah.
And he died in 1826.
Yeah.
So he's the first person to be buried here.
As we're walking through the cemetery, we've started noticing there's a lot of them that are that people were born and passed away in the 1800s, but the tombstones are newer. So I believe that they're still replacing them, or maybe the family still keeps up with it.
Yeah. So another good thing to remember is wear bug spray because there's lots of mosquitoes.
Yeah, we've been getting eaten alive out
You're in
here.
the swamp, so. A plaque when you come back through the driveway. It says here that the trustees are all buried in section A, and they are. I do see placards that say A, B, C, D, so you just look for section A. It says if you want to be buried here, you have to live in the zip code 32667 in the Micanopy area, or you have to have family that's already buried here.
After reading that plaque, we also learned that there are over 2,000 bodies buried here.
Whew, that's a lot of dead people.
Yeah, we're not really into the whole in a box thing. We actually are looking into green burials.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about that, look it up.
Yes.
I think we're gonna go find something to eat. Unfortunately, I think most of the places are closed.
Yes, so all the stuff that's on the historic district main street there, they close at 4 to 5 p.m. So you have to go 5 minutes out of your way. You're still in Micanopy, and they have a bunch of different pizza places, barbecue places, and stuff like that. That's why you come to Micanopy, so you can eat.
Yep. Like a lot of these small towns.
Yeah.
We decided that we were going to try the Depot Sports Bar and Train Station, which is actually a restaurant, and it's right next to Antonio's.
Yeah, Antonio's, you do need a reservation, but the food looks really good there. But this building here is an old train depot. That's really cool.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, let's go get a bite to eat.
All right. Little picnic out here. You get your food and just picnic out here.
Yeah, this is great. Like indoor, outdoor seating. I mean,
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's plenty of space.
Don't let the cat out.
No matter what they tell you. Apologize for the lighting in advance. As we mentioned, this was an old train station, so it's pretty cool the way it's laid out. It's very long, and they've just got different types of seating all over the place. So check it out.
Here is your basic bar food. You got your pizza. It looks like there's some sandwiches, but you got mozzarella sticks. Of course, we had to get fried pickles. I think we're just gonna do a pizza, and it looks like you can do specialty pizzas, but we're just gonna get a 2-topping pepperoni onion, typical pizza.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Our next stop on the tour is Barr Hammock Preserve.
This preserve is actually over 5,700 acres, so it's huge.
And it's only about 7 minutes down the road from historic Micanopy.
Yeah, so it's a quick drive. The only thing is the road was a little rocky.
And there is plenty of wildlife back here. They said to be cognizant of the alligators, and you may even find some bobcats.
Oh, that's a little scary.
Yeah, but it is a big path, so bring water too.
But there are no bathrooms here, there is no water, and there are no picnic areas either. This is literally just a nature preserve. If you like birds, there's plenty of birds around here, plenty of wildlife to see. If you're into hiking, there's several hiking paths, and they are miles long, so.
All right, well, let's go take a look around.
Yeah. Says stay on the levee. You might get eaten by an alligator, you might fall in some quicksand, or you might
get arrested by a ranger. Stay away from
So right when you pull in, you'll see a little box. It has a map. Grab one so you can know where you're going, because it gives you all the trails.
Pretty big.
And it tells you a little bit about the place too.
One last thing to note, that it is free to do this, and that in the wintertime it closes at 6, and in the summer it closes at 8. But it is definitely worth checking out.
It's beautiful.
And I think we're gonna head to our next stop.
Yep.
Our next stop is Price Scrub State Park.
Yeah, this place is massive. It's over 1,000 acres. It has multiple hiking trails, including a 9.5 one that is equestrian, hiking, and bicycling.
Yes, and it's actually only a few minutes down the road from Barr Hammock Preserve, which is where we just were and showed you.
Yeah, it is 16 minutes or a 7-mile drive from historical Micanopy, so not too far.
It has a portable toilet and what looks like a trough, although it says non-potable water, so we're a little confused by that.
And a picnic table.
Nearby is also Paynes Prairie Preserve. That's actually going to be another stop that we wanted to mention, but we've been there before, and I think we're just going to take a moment and show you some of the things that were there in that video.
Paynes Prairie is only 5 minutes away from historic Micanopy, so it's really close.
Right.
Yeah. It's a beautiful place. The day we were there, we did not see any buffalo, but there are buffalo, wild horses, and alligators.
Okay, explorers, I think this is where we're going to leave you. We hope you enjoyed our little tour around the Micanopy area. We had a good time showing you everything, such as the Doc Hollywood sets and just the parks that you could travel.
Yes. It is a beautiful town. We had a wonderful stay. If you are going to stay in that area, the Herlong Mansion Bed and Breakfast is perfect because it's walking distance to everything. And when the town shuts down, even though there wasn't a lot of people, when it shuts down, it's like completely empty and you can just explore and walk around. So that was fun last night.
Right. And located close to this area is the Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings State Park and the restaurant. Now, if you don't know who she is, she actually wrote The Yearling, and that is the name of the restaurant, by the way.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go look at a couple things there, but we are not going to be including it in this video.
Yeah, that'll be a separate video because it's not in Micanopy, it's adjacent to Micanopy.
Correct.
Yes. But we have news. We are in the middle of booking a hopefully 3-week road trip. This one's already taken time off from work.
Yes.
Yeah, and you'll be catching those videos a little bit after this video, so.
Yeah, keep an eye out for those.
Yeah.
As always, thank you for coming along with us. Keep exploring.
And we'll see you on the next one.